Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hello, hello. Welcome to Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. I'm Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, also known as Karma J. I am your host for today, and it is officially, I wanted to do something fun, y'all, today. I wanted to do a bit of a Freestyle Friday where we just pick 3 random financial topics and we played those videos and we just kind of talked about them. So talk about them and then also dissect them from a financial standpoint. So I want a lot of crowd participation in the chat. I want a lot of just energy because it's going to be good. You hear me? Of course, I can't do this by myself. I have my queens with me. I have Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams, so noted. She is here with us today. She is a woman a queen that can help you transfer your wealth and understand how to estate plan. And then I have our insurance queen to the stars, Yolanda Spivey. She is here with us. And of course, I just want to start this out easy. How are y'all doing today? How's everybody? Y'all can come off y'all can come off today. Y'all can come off your mutes. Unless we start to overlap. Then you can't come off your mute. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
I think we're all kind of dealing with the cruds, the aftermath of ABNC for a couple of us. But hey, it's Friday. Yay! It's Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I do want to say that we are definitely all under the weather. I think Dr.
We are.
Sabrina could be sick at ABNC. I blame her. I gave her a hug and she held me extra tight and then coughed on me. That's what happened. That is my story. She held me. I was like, the next day I was like, there's a tickle in my throat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This one. And then
just some of that Mississippi hospitality.
She was like, "Oh, I might have COVID." I said, "Oh Lord, no!" But we are COVID free. We are COVID free. Look at Yolanda's face. What about you, Yolanda? Yolanda is somewhere away in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
a little sickly.
Yeah,
feeling sickly. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah.
I'm not telling him. I'm not
That's
gonna
all
tell him
you
why
need
you're
to know.
sick. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna tell him why you're sick, friend. Don't worry about it. I
Okay,
wouldn't do that to you. All right. Just know she was outside. All right,
I was
y'all.
yeah.
How's everybody doing today in the chat? I see Tamisha. Hey Tamisha. Hey Dawn. Hey y'all. So, all right. Are y'all ready for this first video? First of all, I want to say really quick, I want to give a shout out. It is officially the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. I swam to Los Angeles 20 years ago, and I was unsure of what would happen in my life, and I'm so blessed I'm so blessed for what God had for me on the other side of that, because during that time it was so hard and so trying, and we didn't know where we were going to be. We were going to Mississippi, we were going to Houston. I think I evacuated initially to Baton Rouge, and then and found myself in Houston, and then I found myself in Los Angeles, and where I've been ever since. And life has been good, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy making that transition. So I just want to give a quick shout out to all my New Orleanians who are celebrating with me 20 years of We Made It. We did good. We are good. And so I just want to give a shout out to that. So let's get it started, y'all. Okay. Let's start with the title that I have on the show today. y'all just. I'm not even gonna preface this. Let's just go.
What you do for a living, boo?
I work.
What do you do?
I work for a nail salon.
Work for a nail salon. You have any kids? No kids. Do you believe in zodiac signs?
Nah.
We got London, North Carolina, 24. She works. No kids. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
Tall man, dread-headed.
Tall man and dread-headed. Anything else?
No, he gotta be tall.
Should he look a certain way? Well, you said tall and dreadhead, correct?
Yes.
If he didn't have dreads, you wouldn't want them? You wouldn't want him?
No.
How tall does he have to be?
6 foot.
Have you ever dated a man that was tall with dreads?
No.
And you will only date that man that's tall with dreads?
Yes.
Hypothetical question. Let's say a man that's tall with dreads doesn't want to date you back. You're okay with never dating another man?
I'm okay with it.
Oh, be tall, at least how much?
6 foot.
6 foot and have dreads. Those that's non-negotiable.
Yes.
And if you are not tall, and if no man comes forward that is over 6 foot and has dreads and wants to date her back, she is okay with never dating again.
Yes.
Why?
Because that's how I am.
You will go your whole life never having a relationship with another man, all because he's not over 6 feet and has dreads?
Yes.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes.
How much?
$1 million.
I heard you correctly. He has to be over 6 feet, have dreads, and make $1 million.
Yes.
And that's the only man.
I'm all about that money.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Can you find me a man?
here he is. I'm about to get him for you. This is the dreads. That's the 1 million right there. It says 1 million. On a serious note, don't make those requirements in order to share life with someone. Regardless of how a man, how tall he is, how long his dreads are, how much money he has in the bank. What you're seeking is a person who has good character that's going to love you on your best and your worst days.
Stupid ass.
Oh, she called me a stupid ass.
Girl, child.
Hey y'all.
Oh,
Y'all ready?
Girl.
Okay, so this young lady said that he needs to be 6 feet tall. He has to have dreadlocks, and he has to make $1 million. I think she's slow. No shade, like somewhere on the spectrum, but that's just me. Dr. Sabrina, what do you say? Booker says the show is over.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it's good to have, these ideals of what the right one will look like. But in all honesty, we never know what the packaging will bring. And I'm with the host. Character should mean far more than any of those things that she named. What is his character? Does he really care about her? And then I heard her say, and again, no shade, you work at the salon. I mean, do you own the salon? What are you bringing to the table?
She's a nail tech.
You want all these things, but what exactly do you bring to the table? You're on I guess this is a podcast, and look how you're presenting yourself.
You look crazy. Your hair is nappy.
This guy with the dreads looking for somebody in a bathrobe. I don't know. I'm with Booker. I'm out of here.
You crazy, girl.
Yolanda.
She's what's that new term? Neurodivergent. I'm just playing. But look, this is what you call the audacity. I'm sorry. I'm about to go on Sid. No, she's not ugly. I don't find anything wrong with her. I just feel like if you expect all those things, you really should stay in your lane. Know who to date. I'm pretty sure this is what one of my ex-boyfriends told me this one time. He said, sometimes women who are not so attractive and not so well put together, they get hit on by men just so that these men can tap that ass. Okay. And so when they tap that ass, these women have like a high, high self-esteem. Their self-esteem go up because somebody gave them some or paid them some mind. So I think maybe a dreadhead in her past hit her up and, knocked it down. And she's probably fantasizing over that moment, and maybe she thinks that Kendra can bring her that moment back, and on that dating show. That's what I think. I
Yeah.
could be, but she's
You know,
delusional,
a little
and I
bit.
don't
I
think
mean,
she's a nail tech. I would not have someone like that doing my nails. I don't think she's a nail tech.
yeah. So I bring this video up, y'all, because I do feel like there are women that think this way, right? Maybe not this lady, maybe not this lady. I'm using her as an example, but I do think that Black women walk around with these expectations. Now, I mean, we can go
Hmm.
through the gambit, right? Where this young lady, like you said, Dr. Sabrina, like the way you presented yourself, like her hair's not combed. Yolanda Anonymous disagrees with you. He thinks she ugly. Her lips are ashy. Like there's things that, I mean, she could have just like, if like I'm going on here wanting a mate, I feel like you gotta kind of come. Men that have $1 million with dreads, the Cam Newtons of the world, probably are gonna look your way just because of the way you presented yourself. Not because,
Hmm.
but she does sound a little special, like she was on one of those buses.
She's special,
Anyway,
girl. She's special. Hmm.
right. But I
But
would
why
say
are
that,
y'all
y'all, like,
disagreeing with me?
but I would say, like, what do you say to women with these unrealistic expectations? Maybe it's not this lady, but I think Black women walk around every day, whether it's mm, he got to be a little taller. He can't be too fat. He can't be too skinny. He can't be this. He got to have six pack. Like, what do you say to just the overall thought of us having these long lists?
I
So
feel like that's their business. Yeah. Like if that's what they're going to do, and they're just going to miss out on a lot of fun and a lot of life if they're sitting here waiting for a man to fulfill this for them, because it's not going to happen. You're just going to miss out on just an abundance of beautiful people out there if that's what you're going to do. Their loss. They'll Yeah, that's going to be their loss.
Yeah, Dr.
Yep,
Serena,
they
she
will
said that.
accept those men once they know that their looks are like on the other end of life, okay, and things are not working the way they should be working. Yeah, and they'll accept those men. But while they're young, no, you're just going to miss out on life. That's your bad.
You don't look young. Dr. Serena, she said that she's willing to wait an eternity. She is not gonna date if she don't have exactly what she's looking for. What do you say about that?
well, I mean, if she's happy with being by herself, then what can I say about that? But the reality is, our Prince Charming doesn't always come in the packaging in which we expect him to come in. To say that, I would rather be by myself for the rest of my life just because the gift didn't come packaged the way I thought it would. Yeah, that's a little much.
That's stupid,
That's stupid. All
especially in
right.
her case.
Huh?
I said it's stupid, especially in her case. She better
Yeah,
get
I
what she
think.
can.
Come on. Let's take a break. Let's go to commercial, y'all. We'll be
I'm
right back.
sorry, she
Should
get what
she
she
chat?
can.
What do you guys think? Should we have expectations? Yolanda, you just said something. We should take what we can get. Like we should be aligned with our on our level. You just said that. Like you got to stay. You can't
Yes,
go
on your
chasing
level.
waterfalls,
Yes,
boo.
exactly.
Okay, all
Exactly.
right. Can you chase waterfalls? If she put on some makeup, is that a waterfall she can chase? Let's go to break. We'll be right back. It's a good show right here. But I'm biased. If you are just tuning in, you are watching Fly Nubian Money, where we help you master your mindset and maximize your money. My name is Tierra Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood, and I'm the proud producer of this show because it is lit. If you want to receive notifications for when we go live Monday through Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is text the word Queens to 87948. That's Queens to 87948. That's QUEENS to 87948. Also, if you want to grow your money and not blow your money, all you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. There's all kinds of resources, there's courses, there's free giveaways. There's just no reason to be broke in 2025. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoney.com. Obviously, you don't want to be entertained here. You want to know enough to grow. Wait, I need to put that on a shirt. You got to know to grow. Got to know to grow. So know and grow with FlyNubianMoney.com. All right, welcome back to Fly Nubian Money. Today we are having a Freestyle Friday. We are talking about a little bit of everything, but the video that we're talking about right at this moment is a woman says she needs a man who is 6 feet. He has dreadlocks and makes $1 million. That's what she needs, right? Yolanda, here's my question
Yeah.
to you, right? Being a woman that's a little wiser now, is there anything that you've had to like switch, right? When you were in your 20s, you was like, he got to be fine, he got to be this, he got to be that. What were those things, and what are your expectations or preferences now?
Yes. So when I was younger, I really didn't look at um, a man's money so much. I always said, oh, it's the energy. Whoever, if he has good energy, yes, I will, allow him to date me. But
Mm,
as I got older, I see that, yeah, all energy is not good energy. He still has to have what, kind of on the same level that I'm on in order to date at this point. So yeah, I did change that. The only
mm,
thing I really changed. But other than when I was younger, I really didn't pay attention to how tall a man was, how, if he had dreads or anything. Those are real stupid, superficial things that I don't look at so much. Now I look at, can we have a certain lifestyle together? So that's what I
mm,
changed.
mm. And Dr. Serena, you've
Yeah.
been married for
Ever.
for a long time, right? You've been married for a long time. So that question doesn't really apply to you, but I will ask, like when you decided to make your husband, is there something particular that you were looking at saying, like, this is the one that I can build with and marry? Well, what was that thing?
So for me, okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. It became a matter of changing my who, not so much the characteristics, but in my mind, I thought I was gonna marry my childhood sweetheart. That's
Mm,
my high school sweetheart. That's the who. But as life progressed and as things happened, it did not work out that way. And
Mm.
I ended up marrying someone else who has been a very good mate for me, been very good to me. But if I had been just closed minded and, said, well, I'm not marrying anybody else until this other man decides he wants to marry me, I could have been around here 40, 50 years old, still waiting for him to marry me. So
yeah.
I think sometimes you have to just kind of be a little bit more realistic. And if you can't get there, get around some of us older women, wiser women who can feed into you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I agree,
the
Dr.
old
Sabrina. I agree.
Yeah. I think the older I've gotten, I've realized that compatibility matters. If you like this person or not, if you like this person, liking is so important to me. Like, do I like to be around you? Do I like your spirit? Like you said, you like your energy. And I know it's not, I feel like when it comes to those kind of things, like, yes, let's be compatible when it comes to like work and what you like, what you prefer, the things that make life work. Are we compatible in that way? But then also on
Right.
top of that is like, do we like each other? Can we sit in the same room together for longer than 5 minutes? And I not say, man, like what? Like, is that gonna like it just is that's important for me. I would almost rather be in like than be in love, right? Where it's like, because how many people do you guys love in your family but can't stand to be around? Like how many people do we, it's like I love that person, but I don't want them in my space or my world. I want the other person in my world because I think for me that's how I get to, Dr. Sabrina's 3 decades
Well,
in.
but
You don't always
but
like your
now let
husband?
me flip the switch. Let me flip the switch on that. Sometimes you gotta love the person because there ain't gonna always be days when you like the person.
That is
There
true.
are some days, honestly, my husband and I do not like each other, but it's the love and the commitment that we made that keeps us together. So I think you have to be careful with that too, because remember, like is one of those emotions that comes and goes. You might like a certain dress or a certain pair of shoes or like a certain television program or something, and all of a sudden, no, I don't really like that anymore. You can't do that when it comes to this thing called marriage, because there are just days when you don't like each other. But you gotta love them. You really gotta love them, and because that's sometimes all you have. Yeah,
love is
that's all
the
you
glue
have.
to a relationship. You're absolutely right, Dr. Sabrina. Love really is the glue to the relationship, not a like. Not a like.
I mean, I think a strong, I think
You will
wanting to
fall out
be,
of love with somebody. You will fall out of like with somebody over the course of your relationship. So, but when you have that,
I just see it the opposite way. I just see it the opposite way. I mean, I think we're
yeah,
saying the exact same thing, but I'm just saying it. I'm saying that, like you just said something, Yolanda. You said, but if you like them, like if I still want to come home to you, if I still be like, man, I just could never do that to somebody. I'm saying the same thing. I just think how
mhm.
people be like, I'm just not in love with them anymore. I don't, I'm not in love. I don't feel love. But if at least like I'm like, but that's my friend. Anonymous said you can't be with your friend. You can't be. It's like it can't be just a friendship. Anonymous, it gotta be romantic. I gotta wanna roll up on you, if you know what I mean. It can't just be. There has to be all of the things. But I think I'm saying the same thing. I
But
just call it something a little different.
But if somebody
but
just
but
says
there
one
will
day,
be
I don't
time.
love them, that means that they never really loved that person. I'm sorry. I can't wake up one day and say I don't love my son. I love him. Even though he pissed me off, I love that fool every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what he do, but I love him. Not to ever give up. So yeah, if somebody ever says, "Oh, just don't love him no more," I don't feel like they never loved that person in the first place. They loved them with some type of condition that eventually was not met. Now that condition is not met, now they don't love them no more. So that's not really love.
Okay. What do you say? Y'all agree? Y'all agree in the chat? It looks like people are agreeing. I feel it. I feel it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Your man is not
And
plus
then it's an
emotional
and,
character.
and you have to be careful with that emotion as well. We get caught up in that a lot of times, and my husband and I have that conversation all the time about that in love, warm and fuzzy feeling. That's not always there. I mean, after you've been married to somebody for so long, my parents have been married almost 60 years. I tell you, there's not always that warm and fuzzy feeling. So it really goes deeper than just that, oh, I'm so in love with this person. Are you really in love? Or, you in lust? Are you in heat? Or you what are you? But I mean, when you genuinely have a love for the other person, the kind of love that as Yo says, it's not necessarily a conditional love. I just love you even when you get on my nerves, when I don't want to talk to you. That's a little different.
All right. All right, y'all ready to move on to the next video? Everybody had enough.
Girl,
So
yeah,
I love it. All right, y'all, here we go.
You want to tell me and Akeem a secret? No judgment?
I wanted to tell my wife 2 secret kids that she don't know about.
You have 2 secret kids?
Yeah.
How old?
One is 15, one is 18.
Wait, 15 and 18?
Was this before her or during her?
This is during her. While I was with her, I had this relationship.
Wait.
I'm still with the lady too. So I'm with both of them at the same time.
Wow.
And how long have you been with your wife that you got a 15-year-old and an 18-year-old?
I've been with her over 20 years.
Over 20 years. So the other woman that has the kids, she was okay with that situation.
She don't know neither.
Wait.
How did you manage
what
to
type
do
of 007 life are you living?
How did you manage to do that?
Well, the type of job I got, I'm always gone. So
a truck driver?
They don't know. Yeah, I'm like a truck driver.
Like when he said, I'm not giving you too much information. So you planning to tell both of the women or just your wife?
I think I should tell both of them. I think it's time. One lives on the other side of town and one...
it's been time. It's 18 years.
So wait, hold on. You said one lives on the other side of town?
Yeah, so one lives on the west side and the other girl lives on the east side.
What is this, in Detroit?
So I live upstate New York.
Oh, upstate New York. Okay.
Rochester, New York.
Ooh, okay. Well, good luck with that one. That is a huge...
20. That's
who did you spend holidays with?
Yeah.
Holidays, I'll be working.
He said
God.
None of the kids get them.
Are those the only 2 women that you were with during this period of time, or were there others?
No, just them 2. It's too much time.
That's
too much stress.
A lot of work.
And I did spend holidays, but I kind of like break it up.
Are you with the kids? Like, are you like spending time with the
Kids
kids?
know me, yeah. My kids know me, but I have 5 kids with my wife, and they don't know they brothers and sisters.
So you have 5 kids with the wife, and then you got 2 kids
and 2 with the other one.
So why did you decide now is the time that you want to kind of put it all on the
Because
table?
my kids are getting older, and they might know each other, you know. So I think it's time.
They probably do know each other. If you in a small
Go
town,
to school together.
Yeah, they probably go to. Yeah, you should definitely let them know because
I
you don't
think
want
one
them
of
to
my
find.
daughters says she know one of my other daughters, but she don't know that the
They're
situation.
sisters, right? Do they look alike?
Right.
This story is very familiar. This story is very familiar. I was going to ask that my granddaddy because girl, my grandfather was the same way. He had a whole family across town, and I just met my aunt like 15 years ago, and her and I are the best of friends now. But my grandfather had a whole family outside of my grandmother's children. So, I mean, this is something that has been always going on, you know, and especially since he's a truck driver, of course, he's able to maneuver into, you know, set up a family. These women must not be in a certain income bracket because unless they work themselves, because I can't see how he can support children, a whole family, 2 families on a trucker's salary, unless he's making some really, really great money. But also, I had a friend a long time ago. Her husband was a trucker. This fool moved his second family up the block from where they lived. Up the block. And I'm really talking about just up the block. Like you could literally walk to this other chick's house. They were warring for years. And eventually I told my girlfriend, either you deal with it or you just leave your husband, you know, or let him cheat in peace. You know, because I don't want to hear it. You have to make a decision. At the end of the day, the women are putting themselves in that situation too. You have to make a decision on how you want to live your life. Either cheat in peace or leave. Boom.
Dr. Sabrina.
Yeah, this is it's very common situation. Yeah, it's been my lived experience too, you guys. I had a similar situation in my own family where a family member basically had another family right in the same town. And here's the thing though, this is what's crazy. When these people think, oh, my wife doesn't know. Does she not know, or has she not shared with you that she knows? Because trust you me, my aunt knew. In my, you know, in our situation, she knew, and unfortunately, tragically, it was heartbreak when her children found out. For whatever reason, she didn't share with them, you know, the truth, but she knew. And when they found out, it was because they happened to see a picture of one of their siblings at a family function. And this particular sibling was named after their dad. He was like the junior or the third or something like that. And they're like, wait, what? Who is this? Who is this kid right here? So it was, you know, we can create some horrible situations when we do that. But now I gotta address this. Give me just a second, if you will, Miss Black Hollywood, from a whole nother angle. You guys know that, you know, my messaging is around estate planning. So here's when it gets really nasty and it gets really ugly. Yeah. When grandpa dies, our big daddy dies, and now we are trying to settle this estate. Who gets what? And all of these other children show up saying, well, he ain't never done nothing for me in life, but I certainly want my share of that estate. That's when it gets really, really, really ugly.
Yeah. That's very selfish on that man's part. He's not even thinking about that. He's not even thinking into the future. He's a self-actualized man. He's just spreading his seed like that, disrespecting his household, not caring about his woman. You know, it's just sad. But you're right, Dr. Sabrina. When the shit hits the fan, all right, and they gotta divvy up that estate, it's gonna be horrible. You know, there's so many celebrities. We see this with celebrities. How many celebrities that we know that pass away, and some child from over yonder comes up and says, yeah, Prince my father, you know, and then they have to go to court, take DNA tests and all kinds of craziness just to see if he's part of that man's lineage. It happens all the time. It's
You know, I'm,
nasty.
I'm conflicted about. Okay, so this is what makes me be like, I heard it and I was like, this is what I'm saying when I'm saying you never know a person, right?
You don't.
You never completely know a person. And I hear y'all where y'all say she had to know, but he didn't say he was a truck driver, but I think he was trying to be vague on purpose. He was like, yeah, like a truck driver, right? So that means that he does
Mhm.
something that allows him to travel, is what I
Mhm.
got from it. Allows him to travel and be in one space or another, or just be like, oh, I gotta work. Right. I could see how, if that is the case and you've been doing that for over 20 years and you're with somebody that's settled with you, they know you. They like, I know you, you know, they talk, they got a rhythm. We talk every day around this time. Like, I feel like women and men are a little easier that have been together. Like, I know he gonna call me. If I need him, he gonna answer, he'll call me back, whatever the situation is. So I can just see how a woman could be in a situation like this and not know. I'm gonna just say this.
I'm sorry. I really think that as women, you know, one thing we miss is that we have a special intuition that a lot of people don't understand that we have. You know, you know,
Maybe she
you
knows
know,
something ain't right, but she not
right.
can be prepared
But
for
T,
that.
is that but T, she knows something's amiss. Okay. She knows something is amiss. And especially if he's out there on them streets like that, not returning home, especially for the holidays. I mean, come on. A man will make it home for the holidays over the years one time.
He said
Over
he
the
breaks
years,
it
he's
up.
never.
He said he breaks it up. He said he'd be with the both of them. This is what I'm saying.
No,
People
I
like,
didn't
what?
hear that part. I thought
That's
he
what he
said that.
said. Mm-mm. He
Did
said
he
he
say
said I
that,
be having to
girl?
work. He said I have to work, but I break it up. Like I'll be
Okay.
with one of the families and I'll go. Like he got a system, is what I'm saying. I don't necessarily know. He said he doesn't have. He has these two women. So what's the difference between this? Like him and being in love with two women, right? Like him having two in his mind, having two wives
Fine. Let
that
him
he takes
have the two
care of.
wives. Let him
But the
But
have the two
wrong
women.
is,
But the
but
but
the
point
not
is
telling
that
them.
these women understand that something is amiss. They know. We know. You know when your man's cheating on you, girl. You know when something's not right. You just
And
know.
then too, we can, you know, we have to remember that even with him moving the way he's moving, you know, we're not talking about in two different states. Even in my family's members' case, it wasn't in two different states. It was like, you know, right around the block, really. And you know, people know people, and people
Thank
talk.
you.
I
That's
just
true.
Thank
and
you.
remember, we live in an era of social media.
That's true.
Cameras are everywhere. I just saw your man such and such place having dinner with this person. And, you know, so that's how she may have known. That's what I say. Sometimes these men say stuff about, you know, my wife doesn't know or whatever. Don't be so sure about that because you don't know
Exactly.
who has sent her a video. You don't know who has done what. You just think she doesn't know, maybe because she hadn't said anything to you because you still paying the bills
Exactly.
at the household, you know.
Thank you.
And we're gonna talk
Sometimes
about
a
the
woman
bills
will
that he's
remain
paying. Hold on,
delusional.
we gonna go to commercial, but we're gonna talk about him paying the rent in both households and taking care of both households. Cause you know, that's I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least you taking care of them. We'll be right back. I know you're busy, you got things to do, and you can't take us on the go with you every single day. Good news for you. We are now on Spotify. So if you can't watch us, now you can listen to us on Spotify. Search Fly Nubian Money and all the episodes shall appear. All you have to do is like, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, leave some comments, tell people how you love us so that when other people come along and are looking for a great show to watch, they can find Fly Nubian Money too. One last thing, and just in case you've been sitting under a rock, Fly Nubian Money now has an investment club. We are the Fly Nubian Money Club. It's easy. All you have to do is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com, and I am committed to bringing in top experts from all industries to help you level up. They're teaching us the skills that we need to compete in this market. We often say that nobody is coming to save us, not the government, but guess what? We're coming to save us. I'm coming to save you with the Fly Nubian Money Club. So listen, all you have to do again is go to flynubianmoneyclub.com. We have a 30-day free trial set up just for you, just for those people that are struggling. Even if you ain't struggling, you ain't got to struggle. I'm coming. Okay, let me stop playing. I'll see you soon. You ain't got to struggle. Go to flynubianmoneyclub.com and sign up. I'd be so glad to have you. We are reconvening for this September. It's September already, y'all. We are reconvening for September, and I got some really special things for you. So check us out at flynubianmoneyclub.com. All right, so the conversation we were talking about now, this young man has been living a double life for approximately 20 years. So this tells me like he just got caught up with two women. I don't know, because how long do you live a 20-year lie? He like, I've been with her for over 20 years. I've been basically with this second girlfriend or whatever. It can be his wife because, whatever. But I've been with her for almost 20 years because we got an 18-year-old. Like, y'all, it's like you know how they say like a lie, just like it grows and it gets bigger and you just roll with it because you too coward to say like, this is what it is. Go ahead, Yolanda.
And to your point, because it has been 20 years, again, it is very possible that one of the individuals, the wife, may know because it has been so long.
No. Let me tell you something. Women will remain delusional in order to be comfortable. And that's just the bottom line. She's not going to mess up her lifestyle at all. Maybe she doesn't even like him. Maybe she likes the fact that another woman is taking off some of the pressure from her sexually, whatever, mentally, emotional pressure from off her. And she doesn't care if he goes over to the next house to cheat. I'm pretty sure that maybe she's just a little bit, maybe she's either delusional or she don't care. Both of them are either delusional or they just don't give a damn. I'm dead ass. They know.
I don't know.
Men slip up all the time. Men don't cheat as well as women. Okay, they just don't.
That's true.
And they slip up all the time. I'm pretty sure he slipped and slide and dive a few times, and they caught on to something. They did catch on to something, but they just didn't care. Maybe he is just paying all the bills, and they're just shutting the fuck up. Excuse me, y'all. They shutting up. Their bills are paid. They're happy. Why? Like I said, let him cheat in peace. They're letting this man cheat in peace.
That's crazy.
They don't have to have sex with him all the time. He's over there, They don't have to be so emotionally in tune with him because he's over there. They're sharing that responsibility. They don't care.
They don't know though. That's the okay. So either it hasn't
been
spoken.
They don't know.
Okay. They know, Yolanda. They know, right? Okay. All right. I hear you. But I'm saying it has not been told to them like this is the situation.
Okay.
Even if they have like an inkling, like, oh, he's probably cheating, got a little girlfriend. They can't imagine I got 2 more kids outside this marriage. You can't tell me that they know that.
Okay.
Right. So I'm just saying
Maybe not.
It's gonna be a bomb dropped and some devastation either way when he tells them the truth. I wonder, if this was a situation, and I'm not putting this on your marriage, Dr. Sabrina, but in the event that one day you learn something, maybe not this, but like you learned that there had been a secret that was told that had been in your marriage that your husband had kept from you. Like, how do you feel like? Do you leave after all of those years? Do you leave? Like, once you're invested, do people just say like, okay, well, this is what happened, but we built this whole life together, so we might as well just stay in it? Like, what do you think about that? Like, for people that decide to do that, or what would you do?
I think, well, it's kind of hard to say what you would do unless you're in the situation, and it depends on what the specific situation is. So I'll say that I'm not one of those that's going to sit here and say, well, I would do, because I don't know. You don't know. We don't know what we would do in that situation. But it definitely depends on the two individuals in the marriage, where they are mentally. Hey, if you have 2 mentally unstable people or immature people, anything could happen. You tell somebody that in fact, I'll use this. I was just sitting here last night. I'm actually in Houston helping my son move. So I turned on the television and there's this movie on Tubi called Say Grace. I don't know if anybody has seen that, but the plot follows a family who the mother and the father decide to play a prank on their children, their 5 children, because they don't come home and visit them that often. And so they come up with this prank. They say the dad has 48 hours to live. He's been given a terminal diagnosis. And so, of course, the kids are there just kind of, oh gosh, dad is dying. Well, the prank goes terribly awry in that while they're sitting around having conversation, all of dad's secrets start to come out. And dad has done some crazy stuff, y'all. So in the end, well, I'm gonna give it away. I don't care.
Give it away. We ain't gonna watch Tubi.
Give it away. I'm not gonna watch it. It's good.
In the end, the mom goes upstairs and blows the man's brains out. She flipped.
Wow.
It just started with a prank. So that being said, you never know how you will respond when you get the news that, hey, this guy has other children. He has molested some of your kids. He's done this. He's done that. It depends on what that secret is, how you will respond.
Thank you, Doc. Oh man, Doc, you're right about that. Because I'm sorry, if my husband molested a child or whatever, raped somebody, I'm gonna fuck him up. Like, yeah, I'm taking that gun and I'm blowing him up too. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for that. We don't hurt children. We just don't hurt children. No.
Yeah. But just a secret in general. We're gonna stay away from. We gonna pull it back from the babies. But I mean, you're right. Like, we don't know what we would do in those situations.
Yeah, that's the point. We just don't know.
I just feel like I would be devastated. Like if if you have an inkling, like, oh, maybe I'm gonna give him a pass because maybe he's had sex once or twice in our 25 years of marriage. Cool. Like, he still come home to me. He still take care of this family. But like 2 kids that's grown adults would that would hurt my that would hurt my feelings. That would be hard. All right.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts on this topic before I go to the next one?
Well, I think this question that the real Joe Mace asked is something that I wanted to kind of address as well. We're talking about the wife and what she knows or may not know. But what about the second woman? How is it that you've been laying up with this man for 20 years? He ain't put a ring on it. I mean, you don't have no questions? Like, what's going on here, dude? I done had 2 babies for you. What's up with that?
I'm almost certain that she is the woman, because remember, she's the second woman. Usually second women, they're more they're being taken care of, which is why they into that relationship in the first place. I'm pretty sure he probably paying all her bills and she just do not care. Them bills paid, them kids taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain.
Yeah. Or getting a certain kind of woman, right? Like attracting a certain kind of woman with a certain kind of mindset. Like, I don't want to be married again. I don't want to be married again. That say certain kinds of things that takes the pressure off of. Like, I don't want to do that again. I've been married before. I don't want to do that again, but I could have a relationship. Or like you said, he could just take care of her. And
there's a lot of women out there. Yeah, I was going to say there are a lot of women out there who just don't care whether or not they get married. They don't even have to have a first marriage. They just don't care. As long as everything is just chilled and taken care of, they're fine. They don't care about all that.
I don't know.
They don't.
Everybody don't want to get married no more.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's not the flex that it used to be. That's why it's not the flex that it used to be.
I saw a video of somebody saying, like, every day we get together and we roll over and choose each other that day. And then it was like Goldie Hawn or something like but the idea of it was like, I've been married X amount of times before, and I just want to give somebody to decide every day to choose me, and I choose them. And that I don't know, they've been together for a long time after, just making that like 20 years or something like that. I can't remember. Was it Goldie Hawn? One of them ladies. Anyway, but like the idea of that, there's women with certain kinds of mindsets. Like, marriage is not the goal. All right, y'all, I'm moving on. Is everybody ready for the next thing? Oh, I like this one.
Yes,
ma'am. Here we go.
A very common dynamic that I see with couples is that the woman either quits her job, she's fired from her job, and she's just a stay-at-home mom, while the husband is out working. The woman presses record and start getting on social media, and then she blows up. The man is like her first investor. He's still making sure that she's able to do that financially while he's out working and taking care of the bills. The woman then blows up and becomes famous and get brand deals, and she starts generational wealth. Like, it starts with her, but her husband had to be the one taking care of the bills and stuff, keeping the lights on so that she could do that. Then they get to the point where the woman is literally able to retire her husband. The best example of this is Tabitha Brown and her husband. And I actually see myself going through this now. Like, the woman steps into her purpose first, and the man, he's built to go out and work. So God will use the men to be strong in the physical while the women is being strong in the spiritual, because that's what you're doing when you're stepping into your purpose. That's a spiritual thing. But I really want to know if some of y'all have experienced this or is going through this right now, because I think it's really, really cool.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I actually like Tabitha Brown's story, to be honest with you. She was able to, they was having a tough time, so she flipped it. And she was able to take her family to a place that is, in abundance. Women, that's what we do. We provide a lot of abundance in relationships. We multiply everything in a relationship. And this man was taking care of his family. It wasn't like he was a bum-ass man and not taking care of the family. He was taking care of his family. And she flipped it, and she was able to return the favor. What's wrong with that? They're married. They have a family unit. I think that's beautiful. And I'm happy that he's a strong man to go at, because some men, like I said on another podcast, men are extensions of their pocket. And when they feel like their pockets are short, they're angry. They feel like they're not contributing, or they're not really taking care of their family properly. So I'm happy that his name is Chance, I think. I'm happy that he's Chance. I'm happy he's a strong enough man to accept his wife's position and know that there's a higher purpose for them. And now he's also living a great life because of his wife. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I think. What do you think? What do you think? I have been in Tabitha is my friend, so I got another position on this. Like, that's my good girlfriend. So tell me, Dr. Sabrina, what do you think? Women online who are creating creating celebrity online, or creating opportunity online, and taking it. I can actually name a few women that have done this that I know that live here in LA that are really popular and famous, and now they benefit their husbands. They got like a family thing, and it's really dope. So what do you think of that?
So I think really a conversation has to be had, and an understanding needs to be made from the start. For us, I would just say with us, it has never mattered like where the money came from, whether it was him bringing in more or me bringing in more. We always understood that we had a common goal. We were working together. So sometimes it did look like, he was doing more. Sometimes it looked like I was doing more. But at the end of the day, we know what we are working toward. And I think with any couple, as long as you know what you're working towards, what you're trying to build, that really should not be an issue, because you think about the number of times that the script is flipped, and it's the man that's going out bringing in the money, and he retires the wife. Or think about how many people go to law school or medical school while their wives work, or while their spouse works, and then they come home and sit them down. There is no different. I mean, why are we blowing this out of proportion because this woman chooses to do that, or a women choose to do that? It happens the other way around all the time, and nobody ever makes a big deal out of it. So, I mean, shout out to Tab and all of the other sisters who are in a position to do that. If that's what you guys have worked towards, certainly your spouse has played a part in your success. And I think that's what we have to remember. Who has been the wind beneath your wings? Even though, remember that song, all you see is the celebrity. You don't see that wind beneath my wings. That person that prayed for me, prayed over me, encouraged me, kept their hand in my back, kept me out there when I felt like, nobody was listening, nobody was watching me, I wasn't getting the views. that, nobody sees that part. So it's easy for people to have a opinion about what someone should or should not do with their spouse. But I mean, you can't speak on things that you really don't know when you don't know the whole story. You only see a part of it. So again, shout out to Tab and Chance. Shout out.
Shout out.
And it's only
It's so
because she's a
interesting.
woman. That's sad.
Well,
Only
first
because
of
she's a
all, the lady on the video was saying that this is a good thing. So y'all, like, she was saying it's
woman.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was saying that that's the sauce, right? People being women being at home and being at home and creating something within the home for the home, and then eventually it benefiting the home in the best way. Right. So she was like, I'm seeing this, I'm experiencing this for myself, me creating this online brand. And now my husband doesn't have to work as hard because I've figured out a way to make money for the family. So I'm just wondering, I guess the question is this could be sustainable, right? Like I said, I got a close up, I got a front row seat, I think, to Tabitha's success, in the sense of, like, really good girlfriend of mine. She's come into my, like, we just, we've been out, we've done things, we've hung out, and I remember Tab saying that she was sick. It started with a sickness, right? She wasn't well. And she was saying, man, like, I got to go vegan. And if you know me, I'm like, girl, I'm going to go vegan with you. Like, I'm always trying to do certain things. I was like, I'm going to go vegan with you. She was like, I'm going to start doing these videos, but I really don't want to do these videos. And so for a while, she was putting together these vegan, cooking obviously cooking videos of her trying to figure out the vegan life. And we would just support her on Facebook. Like, okay, Tab, we see you. She was like, girl, I don't know what this is. Like, this is, all right, we're going to put this in here, So we thought it was kind of funny. We thought it was funny, but I didn't know she was going through all the things in her body that she was going through. And so it's just been really a blessing. I think overall, when people just have, there's a journey, you're on your life journey. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to be able to retire your husband or whatever. But I like what you said, Dr. Sabrina. Well, I can't think of their names right now. What's the family? Deval and Kadeem. Are you
Oh
guys
yeah,
familiar
Kadima
with Deval
Duval,
Kadeem?
yes. Mhm.
Okay, so Deval was like, I'm going to, my family is going to be the thing that takes us to the top. Like, we going to create this content. This is what we going to do. This is the plan for our family, for our generational wealth. And to even watch them flip that and now be on television shows, and just from starting to do sketches on online. That was like the plan. So like you said, Dr. Sabrina, if that's the plan, the family plan, right? Like, eventually I'm gonna do this for X amount of years, and then you at some point can do this, or we'll flip it, or we'll come together, or whatever. I mean, I think that's part of generational wealth and creating that for your family. What do you say, Yolanda?
I just
Just
feel
having a
like it's a
plan.
beautiful, yeah, just having a plan. And another thing, relationships should not be what society expects for it to be. Excuse me, y'all, I'm a little bit under the weather.
That's okay. We are
So
too.
what I mean is, yeah. So, they expect for a man to be the one that goes out, the breadwinner, whatever, bringing in money, blah, 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 blah. But if your woman is capable and you're in a relationship, why not? Why not have her to bring in resources that is because it's for the betterment of the family. This is
Correct.
what people don't understand. So the ego is society, you looking at society and thinking that I'm supposed to act like this, do this because I'm the woman in a relationship. So I can't really go out and bring in the resources because then it's going to emasculate my man. No, no. It's all about the betterment for your family. That is it. So if mama can bring in more resources than Poppy for the moment, then why not?
Let
I
that
would not
be.
care what anybody has to say about my relationship at all.
Yeah.
Can I share a story, y'all?
Sure.
My ex-fiance, I was on the he was a chef by a trade. So he was in the kitchen cooking, and I'm in the bedroom programming a remote. Okay. And it thought to me, like, dang on, we like kind of switch places. I said, babe, look, we switch places. You supposed to be in here programming the remote. I should be in the kitchen cooking. He said, no. He said, no, no, this is us. This is what we do. He said, I don't like electronics like that. not good with remote. He said, you're more logical with that. So that's why you're doing it. He said, I love cooking. This is why I'm doing this. He said, this is what we do. This is our relationship. He said, F society, basically. This is what we, this is us. And I always had that, that, that type of attitude when I got into relationships with anybody. It's what we establish for our family. That's it.
That's right.
I don't care
That's
what
right. You know,
society said.
yeah. I remember when Wendy came out and when Tab announced that she was going to retire Chance, and Wendy Williams was on her
Yeah.
show, and she was like, "Good luck with that, honey," because and she did this whole thing because at the time
Yeah.
Kevin was putting her through the ringer. So I think perspective is also a thing, right? Where you have a man at home that's literally trying to
Yes.
rob you. Kevin was literally trying in Wendy's at her worst times was trying to marry her again, to
Yeah.
divorce her again, to get money again. So when you come in from when you're in a relationship like that where somebody is already taking millions of dollars from you, has had a baby outside of your relationship, is living with the woman down the street from your house, and she's taking care of the lady with your spousal support, right. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier. But Dr. Sabrina,
Yeah.
does that matter? Like, I think what Yolanda was saying was societal norms and what people say is the right thing can kind of sometimes have us messed up, right? So with Wendy, her
Yeah.
saying like good luck with that. I mean, what do you think about that when we look at people and say that's not the way things are supposed to go?
So let's look at this. Let's peel this onion back. So I say I retire my husband. Does that mean that my husband is sitting at home on the couch eating bonbons every day? That could very well mean that my husband is no longer in the workplace working for someone else. I have established something. So now my husband can come home and work in the family business and help support me, help support the family business. And I think that's one of the things that we gotta rethink this thing as Black people. What are we creating?
Yeah.
I personally feel like every Black family needs a family business. You gotta have your own family business. We go spend 30, 40 years on somebody else's job working for them, and then when we retire, what can we do? I mean, how does our family benefit from that company any longer? There are no more checks coming in from that company. So why not? Why not? It should not be an issue. We should be applauding. In fact, we should be asking them to write out the master plan so that the rest of us will know how to build a family business so that we can all retire, retire our spouses, whether it's our husband, our wives, or whatever, and work in our own family businesses. But we're not thinking about that. It's just, as you say, it's a societal norm for the wife to be doing certain things and the husband to be doing certain things. But at the end of the day, what are we creating? And it does not matter that most businesses fail within the first few years. I get that, Anonymous. I'm not saying that they don't. But the point is, what are we building? That's my question. What are we as Black people building? What type of family businesses? We know these businesses get passed down from generation to generation to generation, other folks' business, and we support them hand and foot. We run in them, we'll spend. What are we building? And that's the way I look at what Tab and Chance are doing. They're building something that can be passed down to their family for future generations. And that's just how I feel about that.
That's great. You know what? It's time for us to get out of here. That sound like a final thought. I save it for your final thought.
Okay.
We're gonna get up out of here. All right.
Okay, yes.
So the producer kick in real quick. Listen, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are watching Fly Nubian Money. And I want you to know to text Queens to 87948 so you can receive notifications for when we go live. That's number one. Make sure that you follow us. You like, share, subscribe, all of the things. I'm so grateful that you all came. We all came sick. because we love y'all.
Yeah.
Literally rolled out of bed and was like, we gotta be here today for y'all. So we absolutely
Yeah.
love you just the way you love us. We see you in the comments, Anonymous and Black Lexicon, Dominic Nelms. See, that's what happens when you sick. Um, Mansa Musa, all of y'all, like we love y'all. Deborah Wynn, I know you there. Let's see, CW, all of y'all. You know I love y'all. All right, so we're gonna wind this thing down with our final thoughts. Don't forget today is Blackout Friday, so we are only supporting Black businesses. I thought that was a great segue. Dr. Sabrina said we had to have some businesses, so y'all need to create some Black businesses ASAP so we can all support them. All right, so we're gonna wind this thing down with final thoughts. I'm gonna start with you, Yolanda, because I know you were itching to say something, but keep it brief because we gotta go.
So, okay, keep it brief. I just wanted to say, Wendy Williams did the same thing that Tabitha did, which was employ their husbands after they, got big. I know Wendy was always big, but still, she still employed her husband in her business. Now, it's sad that it backfired. Okay, she didn't get the outcome that Tabitha got. So for her to shit on Tabitha's family like that was wrong. And I love the fact that Tabitha came back with that big clap back, smack, smack, that, because it really is how we see life. Our opinions are formed by what we went through. Okay, that's why you always have to do what's right for you and your family, and you really should not rely on anybody else's opinion about how you and your family do things. Anywho, my name is Yolanda Spivey. I'm an insurance broker. We're located in all 50 states. We insure almost everything. We can insure your pinky toe if you want your pinky toe insured. So give us a call. Okay. You can reach me at whitney.com. Okay. And across social media, my name, Yolanda Spivey, you will find me. So hit us up so that we can take care of you.
All right, sounds good. You know what to do, y'all. Hit her up, Yolanda Spivey. Definitely my insurance broker. I rocks with her. Everything I need, I call this one. And Aisha. Now I got two. I got two for different
You got
purposes.
to.
I got two. All
I'm
right.
not jealous.
Dr. Sabrina. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it. You already know. Anyway, Dr. Sabrina, your thoughts?
Well, it has been a pleasure being here for this. We just mixed it up today. We talked about all kind of good stuff. And at the end of the day, I think we all have to realize that we all have an opinion and we're all entitled to our opinion. And honestly, you guys, we're doing the best that we can do to try to get through this life with the knowledge that we have. Sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it wrong, but what matters most is that we keep learning and that we keep moving forward. That being said, this is Dr. Sabrina Edmond Williams coming to you live from H-Town. I'm in Houston, Texas for the weekend. Thank you so much. This has been a great segment today. I am so noted across all platforms. If you need any assistance with your life and legacy plan, please look me up. I am happy to help you. Beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. Don't I look like I'm glowing? Like, hey, Sean,
Yeah.
I see it. Y'all see that
You're
glow?
glowing,
The light
sis.
today.
You're glowing. You look good, girl. You look good.
All right. Well,
Skin
y'all know what to
shining like
do.
a diamond.
Hey, shine bright like a hey. Okay. All right. Don't start. Don't start. Make sure that you follow Dr. Sabrina. She is definitely one of my favorites. Actually, all of our queens are. I love them so much, y'all. I'm pretty sure you can tell that. But my name is Tiara Williams. I'm also known as Miss Black Hollywood and Karma J. Okay, so let's talk about this album that did not release yesterday. I got a good reason. This is what had happened. We didn't know that we needed, in order to be submitted to the Grammys today, I needed certain things in place, Spotify links. But I was trying to be anti streaming because I feel like they rob artists and all of the things. Um, I'm gonna just chuck it up for the team to make sure it's easy and convenient for you all to get my music, and also so we can submit this album for the Grammys later on today. And so it'll be out it'll be out for you, and it'll also be for your consideration for the Grammys. So so excited about that. It is The Love Hangover. This is my album cover in the back. I think Anonymous said I look like Meg the Stallion yesterday. I'll take that because Meg is bomb. I'll take it, but no, it is I. That's Meg do look like she could be my sister though. All right, y'all, we're going to get up and get out of here. If you want to receive notifications, again, when we go live, 87948. If you want to get my album, go to karmaj.com. It should be available later. That's KHARMAJAI. And we'll be here Monday morning. We're going to go and rest. Is that what we're about to do, y'all? Well, I don't know about Dr. Serena. You about to go to
Yes.
sleep?
T.
No.
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 Huh?
T, remember, it's Michael Jackson's birthday today. So he wanted your album to drop on his birthday so that he can push you in the spirit world to be the greatest you
Come
can be.
on.
All right?
Come on. I'll take
Don't
it.
play. Happy
On top
birthday,
of that,
Jackson.
Jay.
listen, I love that. I love that. But
Yes.
I also think it's the 20th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. It's also the day, again,
It
I was
is.
thinking the day of Grammy submissions, all of the things. I
Yeah.
was like, today is just meant to be today. So I'm taking that. And you added to that, it's Michael Jackson's birthday. Happy birthday, MJ.
That's right.
We love you and miss you. Y'all, we about to get up out of here. I'm about to go and drink some tea and get my life together.
Me
And we
too.
will see you soon. Have a good weekend.
Bye, y'all.
Turn up for us.
Bye.
Turn up for us.